8 o'clock, Saturday morning. The components for semi-automated magazine packing systems begin to arrive at the Portsmouth depot of John Menzies Wholesale. In just 10 days, the systems will be installed, configured, commissioned, and staff trained in their use. And from the moment the systems go live, the depot will achieve immediate and dramatic improvements in the control, speed, and accuracy of magazine packing. This program will both track the installation process and examine just how John Menzies and Kardex have developed an automated magazine packing system which can be installed so quickly, deliver immediate operational and management benefits, and yet impose no constraints on the overall flexibility of a very dynamic business. The magazine packing process is traditionally a manual, labour-intensive process which, with the best will in the world, is prone to errors and difficulty of control. Losses from settlement of short delivery claims and stock shortages are often substantial. The need for operatives to move between boxes reduces productivity, and with those operatives continually bending and reaching, health and safety is always an issue. In common with all magazine wholesalers, John Menzies had been looking for a better way, not only to reduce error costs, but also to provide publishers and retailers with a more secure, professional and efficient service. The trouble was finding that better way. The automated systems developed for the worldwide wholesale industry tended to be both too inflexible and too expensive. The UK market is highly time-constrained and competitive. Automation struggles to handle magazines with cover-mounted items, and system installation and commissioning could often be a lengthy and painful process. Then David Morton, a strategic manager with John Menzies' wholesale division, working with colleagues, began to look at systems that other companies in other industries were using. At the end of 1993, he had a meeting with Kardex, which was to prove critical.
In the wholesale news trade, magazines have been packed very much the same way into boxes for many, many years. And we've always felt it was a highly labour-intensive, potentially error-prone method of working. But we couldn't think of a better way. And since, I guess, the early 90s, a number of systems have come into use throughout the news trade for packing magazines. But we were never able to rationalise their cost against the benefits. Technology for technology's sake was not what we were after. We need bottom line benefits. We can't afford not to pack.
Right.
So the response times, if there is any problem, have to be very rapid. It would also be fair to say we do not want any problems. So we're looking for the most robust, well-proven technology, but also with the greatest spread of backup support just in case. Kardex could provide us with that.
The Kardex Industriva carousel had the potential to address the basic issues of cost and flexibility which had been the failings of alternative systems. The only question was how it could be adapted to meet the needs of John Menzies and the magazine wholesale industry generally. And it was at this point that one of the most critical decisions leading to the overall success of the project was taken. And that was to look for an optimum mix of technology and people, drawing on the strengths of both. The best robots in the world still can't beat a good pair of eyes and a steady pair of hands. John Menzies worked very closely with Kardex and adapted the Industriva carousel in two ways. Pack by light is proven to increase both the speed and accuracy of order picking, so a head-up display and a highly sophisticated light bar which simplified display and cabling were added to the carousel. Software interfaces were designed to allow information stored on the host depot computers to be downloaded to carousel or via a local PC, which would then present the information to the operator via the light displays. The software was designed in such a way to allow information to be transferred, ensuring that operation would continue even if the main host or connection failed. And that was that. John Menzies had the bones of a solution. A prototype was developed and installed at a small John Menzies warehouse in March 1996. The results were impressive.
The pilot that we undertook was designed to test out a number of concerns. Would the system physically work? Answer yes. How long does it take to build? A week. How long does it take to commission? A week. Having run the pilot for a relatively short period, it became clear we had something worth developing further and knocking the rough edges off. We therefore set about improving the specification of the light bar, the work table, the box inserts, generally making the whole system professional. We also engaged consultants to create a simulation model of the packing processes in carousels in order to establish best height, width and configuration of the carousels within a branch, and to establish clearly whether the benefits obtained in a small pilot branch could be translated both to our smallest branches of less than 200 customers and our biggest branches with in excess of 1,500 customers.
Following the success of the pilot, the Kardex program was rolled out to a number of sites, and that rollout proved that the results achieved were not one-offs. Sites not only saw weekly losses from packing errors fall by over 50% immediately, but speed of packing and dispatch of magazines was accelerated. Operatives in charge of their own zone could focus on quality. And because the entire system is based on the modular and flexible Industriva carousel, not only is initial installation and commissioning quick and reliable, but if necessary, it's relatively simple to move systems within the warehouse or indeed to other sites. Portsmouth is the 11th site at which the system is to be installed. Portsmouth will have 4 carousels, each capable of holding 216 boxes. The end frames are delivered and erected within the same day. The drive shafts are fitted, panelling up completed, the shelves are put in place, and the individual boxes go in. Within 5 days, all 4 carousels are fully built, and configuration starts. Each box is assigned to a single customer. The interface with the host computer is established, and the system is commissioned and tested. It's very rapid and it's very certain.
The installation and commissioning process has gone extremely well. It has been flawless. We've had a smooth flow of equipment move in, bolted to the floor. We've had to pack magazines within the branch at the same time, and it is faultless. We've hooked up to the computer, typed in the customers, trained the people, and day 8 we're working. The system's completely modular. We're very confident that whatever the size of warehouse, wherever the warehouse is, or the geographical structure, how the warehouse is built, because it's modular, we can bring it in, we can put it in anywhere, we can site it to the benefit of the branch so that it works. We get a full product flow and we move towards a more ergonomic, better working environment for everybody. There was no upset. We had to cleverly plan how we were going to pack magazines and build the equipment at the same time, and at night we still had to pack newspapers. But we were able to bring it in, bolt it to the floor, work around it, and we now have a very, very robust system.
Just 8 working days after the end frames for the 4 carousels were unloaded, training starts. The system has been so well thought out that the operators very quickly get to grips with it. Each carousel generally has only 1 operative, so it's very easy to monitor performance with each operative fully accountable. The head-up display says which magazine is to be packed and indicates total outstanding quantities. You very quickly know if there's been an error. The number of magazines actually left and the display won't match. The light bar in front of each box gives the quantity for that box. The carousel holds 216 boxes, but only 8 are visible at any one time. As the carousel rotates, the light bar display changes. Very simple, making mistakes that much less likely. If you do make a mistake, the operative can go back. The light bar display will change to show what should have been packed, and the very visible green light will change to red. Managers don't need to stand over operatives to check how work is progressing, because the box comes to the worker, not the other way round. Health and safety improves. And a more organized environment engenders a focused, productive environment. The 4 systems work in parallel. They can run at different speeds, and they're not linear. There's no time wasted waiting for other operatives to complete other tasks, and control is much better. Not only are real mistakes reduced, but it becomes possible to identify where human error has occurred.
Not only have we found benefits at the business level and at the site management level in terms of control, but indeed operators themselves have derived significant benefit from having a controlled, ergonomic methodology to packing. They have indeed embraced the accountability that goes with that, enhancing their total job satisfaction, I am sure. Carousel packing has allowed us to bring benefits to small site and large site alike, which means a total consistency of approach without any fear on the investment into the future. Indeed, we can relocate the carousels both within the depot or from depot to depot.
John Menzies Wholesale found the better way and wasted no time in rolling it out. Real benefits flowed from day one. The capital cost is substantially less than what you could expect to pay for alternative systems. Coping with the unique requirements of the dynamic new market isn't a problem. The ease of dismantling and setup means there's no restraint on flexibility into the future. The modular nature means that all sites can operate to the same system. There's no need to restrict automation to large depots or restructure the business to achieve the benefits of automation. Kardex provide a 24-hour-a-day, 7 days a week rapid response service on all their equipment. And the established and strong demand for Kardex carousels in many sectors gives a high residual value. Something which is almost unique in technology. The risks are low and the opportunities high.
Whilst there's a comfort in continuing to do what you have always done, the business will not be driven forward that way into the future. We have had to make change, and we believe we have found the better way for that change. In particular, we have not become overly committed to technology for technology's sake. We believe that the best blend of man and machine is what ultimately is going to deliver us the flexibility and cost benefits that this business needs.